I'm Hannah, and I work in advertising.
And I'm Kurt, and I'm a producer.
We love living in a big city, but it's nice to escape every once in a while. We like to travel a lot. I grew up on a farm, 86 acres of farmland, barns, outhouses.
We definitely come from a rural background in both of our parts.
It's a typical Spanish 1920s home.
We love the fact that our living room is a decent-sized space. Got a lot of natural light, which is beautiful.
I think one of my favorite things in the room, oddly enough, is a lamp that belonged to Kurt when he was a kid. I love that lamp.
Yeah, it's great.
Can I have it?
No.
Oh.
One of my biggest passions in life is cycling. Actually just got a new bike. I spent about $3,500 on it, which I like.
How come I don't get that sort of budget for shoes?
I think we want the room to say about us that we're fun and inviting and open. I think that's sort of how we live our lives. And I don't think that's really expressed in the room for us right now.
Kurt and Hannah want a room that reflects who they are and where they've been. I'll give it to them by combining what they already own and love with our own budget of $2,500.
Welcome back to our house.
Thank you. I love it. I have to say, I do love the potential that I see in your room, but I gotta be honest. I mean, there is not a lot happening.
I feel like the room is really a blank canvas.
You've got kind of two things happening. You have this like really light ceiling and walls, and it's like really dark down here. Hannah, you said earlier that you wanted the room to be more us. What do you think that means?
Kurt and I both come from small town America, and I think we both really love older things, like objects that are just have tradition and history and are kind of funky and cool.
And we're kind of fun and quirky, and that isn't part of this room yet.
I think that's actually going to be your tagline, fun and quirky. And so should your design be. It should be fun. What do you guys think about color, pattern?
I love the whole, new trend of mixing lots of patterns together and bright colors.
When I was here before, I saw the master bedroom, where you guys kind of have a few patterns in there, so I can see you're getting your feet wet.
I was trying a little bit.
I'm impressed, it's good. So what I'm getting from you guys is that we need city meets country, color, you guys are fun and vibrant. And then third, we need to feature your old objects that have that great family history and story.
Absolutely.
That'd be great.
So here's what I'm thinking. We'll start by opening up the room, turning the L-shaped sectional into a sofa slip-covered in washable cotton canvas. Built-in window seats and a pair of bold pattern chairs, along with blue walls and window treatments, will add color and comfort. To personalize the space, we'll create a coffee table using reclaimed barnwood and build a funky side table from old bike rims. Some quirky art over the sofa and a bunch of vibrant pillows will add the wow factor. On the opposite side of the room, I want to round off the angular archway, then add a wall of smoky mirrors and a super cool ottoman, all on a budget of $2,500. You guys on board?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah? Okay. The first thing I want to tackle, that arch. My plan is to mirror the arch on the far side of the dining room. Our carpenter Joel uses a template to draw the curve. So you ripping the house apart yet, or what?
Yeah. This is the right house, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Good. I'm just opening this wall up, make sure there's no wiring or anything in there before we get going with the reciprocating saws.
I don't see anything.
There's nothing there, and you notice how I said we, because I have two reciprocating saws.
Oh. Joel.
Casey and the reciprocating saw. How's it looking?
I don't think it's going very far.
She gave it a valiant effort.
Ultimately, Joel decides he'll get a cleaner cut if he follows the square of the wood framing and builds the arch out of plywood.
So now that we have our framework up for the arches, we have a two-man job here. So I have my boy Isaac putting on this poly adhesive. We've ripped down this Luan. It's going to be the backing material for our joint compound. Looks good. We're going to do one more layer of Luan to even this out, and then we start with the mud. Yeah.
Hannah, our next project involves a little smoke and mirrors and hopefully no fire extinguisher. We are going to cover them.
Awesome.
In spray paint. Oh, you're very good with it.
I'm a professional graffiti artist. Yeah, no.
Okay. Now, it could get messy.
Awesome.
Okay? I'm gonna take this acetone.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of randomly pour it all over our mirrors.
Wow.
Just like that, and you are gonna light it on fire.
Seriously?
Yes. Safety. Glasses
Safety.
on.
Light it.
Just light it on fire.
Whoa!
Once the flames burn out, I dribble on a bit more acetone to enhance the lacy, antique-like effect. Do you like it?
I do like it.
Now, can you picture like 30 of these on your wall?
Maybe.
You mean yes?
I'm gonna trust you.
We'll show you instead.
Okay.
You're gonna love it. When we were bringing color into Hannah and Kurt's living room, it's with these beautiful blue drapes. What I didn't tell them about the drapes is that we're gonna do a treatment to the bottom of each panel that's gonna give it an ombre. And the way we're gonna do it is with a little bit of bleach, a little bit of water, and a lot of safety gear. I'm pouring about 12 inches of bleach into the bottom of this orange bucket. Then I'll take the drapery fabric and first immerse it into a bucket filled with water. The best fabric to bleach is an all-natural cotton fiber. Synthetics just don't work as well. It's important to check for dry spots and make sure that you don't have any areas where it's not soaking wet. And what that's gonna do is help the bleach, when you dip it in there, kind of wick up the fabric to create a beautiful gradient. So now we're gonna dunk it into the bleach, and this is where the magic happens. Now we wait. I found that 7 minutes in the bleach seems to do the trick, but it's always a good idea to do a test strip first. Don't be surprised if you don't see a change in color immediately. In fact, the bleach is going to continue to affect the drapery even after we take it out of the bucket. Being careful not to drip on any bleach-sensitive surfaces, I lay the fabric out to dry. It doesn't take long to see the final effect. Next on the agenda, I need to find some reclaimed wood for our rustic modern coffee table. Reclaimed wood is any wood that previously served one purpose, such as barn siding, then later is reused for something entirely different, such as furniture or flooring. It's valued for its weathered appearance. I'm always coming into contact with clients who don't really understand the difference between distressed and reclaimed wood.
Really what the difference is that distressed wood has been made to look like that by some artificial means.
It's not the real thing.
It's not.
If you look closely, often there are clues as to how reclaimed wood was previously used.
So this was actually the floor of a threshing room because all of these little marks.
These are actually hoof marks.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very cool. The end result is a really interesting thing that is just impossible to recreate. I'd love to find wood from where Hannah grew up. And believe it or not, they actually have barnwood from Pennsylvania. And this is it.
It is.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And this whole coloring comes from actually moss and moisture.
Oh, it really is moss.
It really is. And gives you that kind of painterly effect. You just want to, when you use it for furniture, make sure you seal it.
Of course, we'll do that. It's going to be a coffee table, so I think we're going to need to make
it's
sure
gonna be
that
gorgeous.
it's... Yeah, I hope so. I think so.
Casey wants window seats in the living room. The owners had this large piece of furniture in there that we can't use in the new design, but we can repurpose it. I've taken some measurements in there and decided that if I cut this in two and add some filler on each side, it's going to be a perfect built-in window seat and save the owners probably around $500. See how this is gonna look. The main box is in. Now we just have to trim it out, paint it, put the cushion on. We're good to go. It'll look like it's always been here.
So, you guys,
Wow.
what do you think?
That's pretty cool, actually.
I'm relieved. We were a little nervous, but I like it.
Good. So now I need you guys to come with me and make some decisions.
Okay.
You guys remember that we're bringing in some rustic elements into the room, and one of those is real Pennsylvania barnwood.
Shut up. That's awesome.
Cool. I know, I love it. I'm loving this.
You just made her day.
It's awesome. My plan is to create a coffee table that resembles a high-end piece I spotted at a local shop. While Joel works on welding the frame, I get Hannah and Kurt's take on the finish. This first one is just kind of like a wash of gray and blue.
Blue, yeah.
The second is more of a natural finish. It's just kind of accenting what already exists in
Right.
the wood. And the third is a dark stain, which is really still obviously very rustic and really, really beautiful.
Wow. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Does it come with like woodland creatures inside the moss?
No, we're gonna make sure that it doesn't.
Okay.
We don't want you to have any more pets, is enough.
I think that's really cool.
We've had so much dark that I don't
Yeah.
want to go that way, even though it's cool.
Okay, agreed.
And you've already said some blue, so I think we go with something different.
Love it. That's my favorite too. That's awesome, nice choice.
So we're just putting the finishing touches on the coffee table. As you can see, we have the legs attached. I'm going to take this extra piece of luan we had left over from the arch and pop it in here as the base. What this does is it furs this up so that we have the right depth for these boards. Now we have one piece that's a little narrower than the rest, so I'm going to put it in the middle.
A few screws adheres the wood to the luan, which prevents warping. Then, the top lifts right off in preparation for a coat of poly. Before Hannah and Kurt moved to the city, they were a couple of country kids. Now, we're giving their living room a look that combines the best of both worlds. Price tag, just $2,500. So here it is, our finished coffee table. I think it looks awesome. Here's our original inspiration. This coffee table sells for $1,200 at one of my favorite stores. Joel and I put this one together with some barn siding and steel for $150. And that's how you steal this look.
Kurt, I found out that we have a similar passion.
What's that?
Not hula hooping, but riding bikes.
Really?
Yeah, so I thought this would be a cool project for us to work on.
Okay.
A table made out of old bicycle rims.
That sounds pretty awesome, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Table. You like to weld, right?
I do like to weld.
You get a weld.
Fun. I'm in.
Let's do this.
While Kurt uses a grinder with a cutoff blade to remove the spokes, Joel starts cutting the rims into varying lengths. A polishing blade brings back the shine.
In some places we may leave some rust, just really a matter of taste.
A few spot welds seal the deal. If you lack welding skills, don't be afraid to call around. Chances are you can find a local welder at a reasonable price.
Cool, it's looking good. We'll get a few more of these pieces on and then we can knock out these supports, finish it up with the glass, and we're good to go.
Hannah says Kurt spends a lot of time biking. So I wanted to make him a clock for their living room wall out of this old bike rim that I got at a bicycle repair shop for $10. I'm removing the rust with some steel wool, but for a more weathered look, it's perfectly okay to leave it as is. I also picked up a clock mechanism online for $13 that includes the movement and the hands. I asked Joel to modify the gear hub for me so I could hide the movement. A touch of super glue holds it in place. Then we can attach our hands. The final step is putting the battery in the back of the movement, and I'm gonna slide the movement into this little carrying case that Joel welded for me earlier. And now we have a bike rim clock. It's finally time to start putting the finishing touches in the room. This sleek chandelier looks nothing like it did when we first spotted it at a secondhand store. Can you believe that was $38?
Really?
Shut up.
$38.
$38.
Yeah. A little spray paint and it looks like new. If you're looking for an affordable rug, carpet squares are a great way to go. My assistant Daphne and I are creating our own custom design using coordinating styles. Double-sided sticky tabs secure the squares together. Best of all, install goes like clockwork. This is all that's left of the brown sectional that used to be in this living room. Now it's one sofa in a beautiful light color. We're gonna maybe add some throw pillows later, but meanwhile, on this side of the room, we have a lot more color. If you're lucky enough to come across some secondhand chairs like these, we paid $150 for the pair. Remember, slipcovers can be your best friend.
Oh, yeah.
I'm suiting up right now to make the giant piece of art that's gonna go over Hannah and Kurt's sofa in the living room. I have everything I need. Fashionable wear, my mop, and this big piece of melamine that I got at the hardware store. And Daphne here is mixing some water-based polyurethane paint that I had tinted at the paint store. I'm using tinted polyurethane rather than latex paint because it more closely resembles the translucency of oil paint. So now, I'm gonna dip. The minute I take the mop out of the bucket, I'm thinking, this could go very wrong. That is awesome. Now, I'm just gonna drag, maybe, slowly, and let the broom kind of turn back on itself. The messier it is, the better, I think. And it looks like it actually may have worked. It looks good. You've heard of pop art. Why not mop art? Okay, now, is it centered on the fireplace?
This way.
Okay.
Perfect.
Careful.
Okay.
Back in there. Let's see what they think.
Oh my God! It's like a totally different place.
Did we live
You like
here?
it?
Seriously.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. Before, this bland living room did nothing to highlight the homeowners' vibrant personalities or showcase their interests. Now, a blend of old and new elements tells a colorful story that reflects this couple's past and present.
I got a bite clock.
Look at your table, babe.
Yeah, that came out pretty good.
It came out really, really cool.
So what do you guys think of your
amazing.
his and hers chairs?
They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they spin.
And they swivel.
Look at you.
I'm on wheels.
I love the coffee table. I love the mixture of the found wood and the metal.
Came out nice, right?
It's stunning.
Yeah, it looks so high end. I'm sure you guys remember how the room was before since you lived here. It was so bottom heavy. Everything was so dark.
This is completely different.
Your sectional turned into a regular sofa.
That's our couch?
Try it out. It is your sofa.
couch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ow!
Now it's one long piece.
I love all the blues and greens and the pops of orange and like citrusy colors.
It's very alive.
Guys, there was a piece that used to exist in your old living room that's still here. Can you figure out where it is and what it is?
Is this the media cabinet?
Yeah.
This is awesome. Oh, but there's room for two.
And you saved the drawers. I mean, you actually have some storage in there.
I gotta get my stuff out of there, don't worry.
And we didn't leave you without a media cabinet. We made a new cabinet for their electronics using a bookcase we spotted in the spare bedroom and some leftover reclaimed wood.
There's your stuff.
That's really cool.
If you stare at yourself long enough in these mirrors, you get a little freaked out.
I don't think I can ever leave this room now.
No. I think this is, look at our lemon tree on the street.
So how much did we spend on this dramatic makeover? Just shy of $2,500, right on the money.